did you know if you go to colinmullen.com, if you put that into your address bar, you'll be taken to this super secret dark web website. It's not dark web. I'm trying to make this spooky because it's Halloween, but dude, it's just an art website. colinmullen.com. Go buy some art, whatever. Happy Halloween, y'all. It's haunted. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's talk about this painting real quick. Then we can talk about the subject matter of why you're here in the first place. So this painting was a dream that I had, and the idea of the dream was that it was this super over-industrialized city where you couldn't even see the sun anymore. There were just too many buildings, too many thoroughfares that just like you could only see it through cracks in the environment. It was really peaceful. It was really nice. I know everyone has this whole get back to nature thing, and I'd very much like to live on a little farm in the middle of nowhere, outlooking just a beautiful mountain range, but you know. Right now, I live in the middle of the city, so maybe there was a little bit of that. I don't know. But I just decided to challenge myself and just use black, acrylic paint. And this is what came out. And I actually kind of hate it a lot. So it's not going up on the website. Sorry about that. But it is the painting that I've done for this week, so I'm going to have to use it as what I talk over, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about Inktober, because that's sort of the aesthetic I was going for here. I assume Inktober looks like this, but not garbage. Anyway, so Inktober, what is it? Well, for those of you that don't know, you can go to mrjakeparker.com/Inktober-1, and you'll get to the Inktober rules. 1. Make a drawing in ink. You can do a pencil under drawing if you want. 2. Post it online. 3. Hashtag it with Inktober and Inktober 20, whatever year it is. And 4, repeat. And it goes on to say, note, you can do it daily, or go half marathon route, or post every other day, or just do a 5K and post once a week. Whatever you decide, just be consistent with it. Inktober is about growing and improving and forming positive habits. So the more you're consistent, the better. That's it. Now go out and make something beautiful. And then there's a list of prompts that you can use, and that helps you come up with ideas. You never have to worry about it. And there's other variations of this. There's like Goretober and a bunch of other kind of stuff. And I've tried to do it before, but it's really just not my cup of tea. But that's not my problem with it. My problem with Inktober is actually none of what I just read. Really. My problem with Inktober is the community that surrounds it, that makes it so that way it's, well, they basically just didn't read the rules. If you read the rest of the rules in the note there, you can do it once a week if you want, you know? The point of Inktober is to improve you as an artist, to improve your skills, and to get you in a mindset of someone who's trying to get, at a professional level. Because you can't be doing one drawing a month if you're a professional. You just can't do enough commissions that way. If you're doing 4 or 5 commissions a week, then you're doing, 20 a month? Something like Inktober is going to be a good way of pushing your limits and getting you to that point. That's one way of being an artist. That's if you're going to be a comic book artist or something like that. But the general idea, as far as I see it, is to get you into a certain rhythm and work, thing. I say it takes like a month to get into the habit of doing something. So pushing yourself to do Inktober is a good way of pushing yourself to sit down, do some art every day. Now, I work a day job in addition to streaming, and in addition to doing this, and in addition to editing and managing stuff and working on YouTube to make sure that all the stuff gets posted right and working deals with companies and stuff like that. I don't have a lot of spare time to be working on this every single day. That's why I have a painting out every 2 weeks. Though this channel is made very much in the similar sort of vein as Inktober. The idea of this channel for me was to let you guys know that I do art, which has been very helpful and very nice to just have people know, oh, hey, Colin, Rev, he does art. Cool. It's never a question like, hey, wait, Rev does art? I didn't know that. Slowly getting rid of that and getting more people to realize, yes, Rev does art. And also just to create a rhythm and a work schedule that I can deal with. Every 2 weeks means that I have usually plenty of time to make sure that I have a good painting ready every other week. This is probably not one of those weeks, but I do have a painting ready, and it's something that I can talk over. And it's a way of stopping me from stopping myself by saying like, hey, I'm going to do art this week because I need to do art this week because the people on Patreon are expecting it, because the people on the channel are expecting to see a video this week, and I can't not do a video. And that's the kind of pressure, me personally, I need, you know, because otherwise I can push it off. I can be like, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm tired. I can't do it today, you know? That level of pressure works for me. One a day is not going to work for me, you know? And yet, because of stuff like Patreon, because I'm selling paintings on eBay and that kind of thing, which there's one available right now. If you're watching this the day it goes live, it'll be over tomorrow, actually. I'll have a link in the description or in the comments, one of the two. You know, I'm making it fairly decently as an artist right now. And so the idea of Inktober is to get you to a work ethic of a professional artist. And at this point, I would consider myself a professional artist, very much because of the people that are on Patreon helping me out and stuff like that, but also because I am selling paintings and prints and, you know, so on and so forth. So it's working out. But what I'm trying to say here is I don't like the people who are getting after other people because they're not doing it the way that they think the rules work. First off, it never says anything about you having to use black ink. It just says ink. You can do any color. It doesn't say explicitly. And besides, who cares? Literally, who cares? You could do whatever you want. I like doing ink, or like in this painting, one, you know, color, because it's restrictive and the restrictions help me, you know? Again, it's how I work. But maybe you just need to make sure that you do a drawing every single day so that we can get into that rhythm. Maybe you work on the computer instead of in, you know, traditional means. Whatever. Do it. Like, I don't see why that should be something that stops someone. I don't see why that should be something that excludes them from this. Just because it explicitly says draw on ink does not mean that you can't use, you know, whatever else you want. And, I mean, yeah, that's the rules, but you're an artist. You break rules. That's the point. What are you doing? Like, why are you... I've seen people harass people over using multiple color ink. It's like, there's explicitly nothing in the rules against that. I like the idea of Inktober. I like the idea of getting into the rhythm of being able to do a professional workload of art. You know, this is real life. This is the amount of work that you're gonna have to put in. But maybe this specific way of doing it is not gonna work for you, you know? Artists have to work hard, and they work long hours, and they generally don't get paid for half the work they do. That seems to be the truth of how it works with artists. And so just having enough work is going to be what pushes you over the top. So I like Inktober in concept, but I don't like the way that people treat it. I don't like the way they... Anyway, I'm getting a little rambly. My point is that if you are doing Inktober, or if you've fallen behind on Inktober, be okay with that, but set yourself to a limit that you think you can do. You know, we're halfway through Inktober. We're halfway through October. And if you haven't done 13 or 14 sketches by the time that this video goes out, that's okay. You know, maybe you're just now learning about it. Start by doing, you know, one every week. You know, maybe next year you try and go for 31, right? But this year, just go for like one every week. Do that. You should have enough time in your schedule to do that, right? And as for the idea of what you do, I don't know. What if you took the first 7 listings and combined them into one thing? And then you did the next 7. Or you took a dice or a random number generator and you did 1 through 7 and then you let it roll, and then that's what you do. The order you do them, the way you do it, does not matter. The point is the work ethic. The point is to push yourself to become a better artist. And that's why I've created this channel in a lot of ways, to push myself and to give you guys some sort of inspiration so that you can push yourself as well. I'm not perfect. I don't really think that I've got the time in my schedule to be able to do 31 drawings. I thought about doing it this year and then decided against it because I want to make sure that I've got time for all these paintings that I've promised you guys. So do the Inktober thing with a grain of salt. Do it fit to your needs, fit to your schedule, and fit to the way that you personally do art. You know, if there's a certain style, if there's a certain thing that you want to practice this month, maybe make it so that way you're doing it not necessarily in ink, but monochrome, pencil, no erasing, and you do like 31 hands, right? And different poses and different postures. I realize that that's technically not, with the rules of the thing, but I don't care. I'm an artist. I don't play by the rules. We aren't supposed to. Why do you care? I'm rambling now. Let me thank the people on Patreon because you guys make it possible for me to get angry on the internet, do art, whichever one you want to say you do. Anyway, thank you Wapfu. Thank you Tilda. I love you. Thank you Theodore Corbier. Thank you Plex. Thank you Flenixia Theoran. Thank you Micah. Thank you Maliciousness. Thank you Maffa. Thank you Lost Nevada. Jack. Second. Thank you. Thank you Gaiozan. Thank you Ethan Frack. Thank you Duxu. Thank you Bubba Fair. Thank you Andy. And thank you Amber. You guys are great and you make it what I can do here. I was saying I'm sort of making it as a professional artist now, and it's because of y'all. And it's because of everyone who's still watching this video because, man, this has been one bad year on YouTube, but, having this channel, being able to experiment with stuff and really push myself as an artist has been great. And it's made me feel good. So thank you guys for showing your support in whatever way you do. If you want to join these people who have donated $5 or more, go ahead and go to patreon.com/RevScarecrow. Link in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.